Ashley McBride, State Director for AARP Arkansas.
Hi, I'm Odessa Darrow, AARP Arkansas State President.
And we're here to share some exciting news about our trip to Washington, D.C. last week. So we had a valuable opportunity to work with our colleagues across the country where we were able to meet with state directors and state presidents from 53 state offices. I want to, just kind of share a little bit about our trip and the importance of our trip to the Capitol. So do you want to share anything about the trip?
I do. It was very, very informative. It was informative. It gave us an opportunity to come together, and we really had a great time. We got a lot of information, we strategized, and we came up with some information that's going to really be helpful for all on many of the topics that we are looking at. One of those being Social Security. We are going to really make a difference.
Absolutely. I want to highlight that it was your first trip, not to D.C., of course, but to the Capitol. And, we went to the Capitol to engage with our members of Congress and their staff. So I want to know, from your perspective, what did you think about what we call at AARP the hill hike?
Well, it was, again, my first. And it gave me an opportunity to interact with those individuals that are going to make a difference, that are going to partner with us and help us to protect Social Security, and also be there as an advocate for the individual, the caregivers, the family caregivers.
Oh, that's so important. I mean, you really hit on so many key areas, especially when we're talking about Social Security solvency. Really, that's all about protecting Social Security for those who have earned it. So many people have paid into Social Security for the entirety of their careers, and it's only right that we work on protecting those dollars that they've paid into Social Security. And, another important topic that you mentioned were caregivers. And there are so many caregivers that are, paying out of their pockets for medical expenses and other needs for their families and older adults as well as veterans, and we want to ensure that we're empowering caregivers in ways that we can as well. We had an opportunity to really start our day with Congressman Westerman.
Yes.
We spoke with his staff and we talked about financial security, retirement savings, Social Security. And at the end, Congressman Westerman, he placed his head into the meeting and he wanted to make sure that, he showed his interest in the areas that, the AARP talks about. And he wanted to, meet with us again later to discuss a little bit more about how we can work together at that local level. What did you think about that first meeting?
I thought that first meeting was great. And then we ended it with the meeting with Senator Bozeman's office. And he was there. His staff was so attentive. We were really, we had a great time. And they were very aware of what we're trying to do and on board with what we're trying to do. So I was very impressed with Senator Bozeman and his staff. All of our representatives have shown us that they will definitely be a part of what we're trying to do to make a difference with the 50-plus age group.
Absolutely. They had wonderful buy-in at each of our conversations. We had 5 conversations on our lobby day. It started really early with a sprint to take a photo, a group photo, in front of the Capitol. And, after the group photo, we sprinted to the Cannon Building at 9 a.m. to get to that first meeting, and they were so compassionate. They offered us water and snacks just to make sure that we were cool and taken care of. Everyone wanted to make sure we were hydrated because it was so hot. But if you're from Arkansas, then Arkansas is also hot and very humid. So, we are pretty used to that weather. Yeah. And so one of the things that, really struck me was Senator Bozeman. You talked about that at the end. Not only was he personable, not only did he make time for us to travel to the Senate floor, although we didn't step on the Senate floor, but we got really close.
Very close.
He stepped out right before his vote. And he wanted to make sure he met with us personally. He wanted to make sure that he heard our issues, that he engaged with us, and he asked us, What is it that you want me to do? You know, you don't often have, you know, an opportunity to engage with them, you know, every month or even sometimes quarterly, but the opportunity to meet with them when you can is such a treat. And we asked them, you know, we really want you to sponsor that ABC Act that you did for caregivers. We want you to, you know, support our caregivers. We want to make sure that they have an opportunity to receive a tax credit. And we talked about some of the local work that we want to do that mimics the federal bills. And you know what he said? What did he say? What did he say? You tell me what he said.
I'm going to give you that opportunity to share what he said.
He said, sure, I'll sponsor
it
again.
Exactly.
He agreed to sponsoring again, and he said, what else do you need me to do? And he was so excited about the work AARP is doing, AARP as well as AARP Arkansas. And he said, how about this? I'll even get one of my staff members to attend your Social Security 90th anniversary event locally.
How about that?
And that was amazing. And in fact, almost every office agreed to have a staff member either attend or provide some literature and some information on how they can be a better service to Arkansans at the district and at the local level. And that was amazing. So we are hosting a Social Security 90th anniversary, and we have a wonderful event planned on August 9th, and that event is going to be at the Marion Lacey Academy in Southwest, and you're going to be able to find more information on our website. But we also have some wonderful giveaways, some wonderful engagement, music, fun. This is an event for the entire family. It's not just for members. It's open to the public. It is a free event. We hope that you come out and enjoy with us. And we have another Social Security block party in the Delta in West Memphis on August 22nd. And let me not forget, we have our first meet and greet in Jonesboro, Arkansas on August 15th. All of this information is going to be on our website, and we are going to provide you with so much information, but we also hope you come out, enjoy, get to know us, and learn all about the resources and opportunities there are to engage with AARP Arkansas.
Come out and share with us.